Hello. It is Saturday and we're on day 13. Yes. So almost halfway. One more week after this. And then we've done our 21 days. And I hope that you learned something. I hope that you've gotten yourself a aha moment. And I hope that this has helped you realizing how your anxiety and how your depression works for you, because like I've said many different times, we're all individuals and we all work differently. So today I just kind of want to just pop in and just speak a little bit about this, about building a support system and reaching out for help. So from past experience, this with reaching out can be quite difficult, especially if you don't know where to start, you don't know how to reach out to the people who can actually help you. And why I think this is important is because that even though that you might have your ups and downs, as in you have your down period where you feel like everything is hopeless and helpless and everything is just not good, and then you have your up times where everything is good and you feel okay and you feel like, yeah, I don't need help. But then eventually what happens is that you end up being on your up, and then all of a sudden you start to fall down and being on your low, and you don't know what to do. So when that happens, that's when it's the best time, when you feel like it, because eventually you'll be able to know when you start having a downtime, when your depression is actually starting to take its toll on you. And when you feel that, that's the time when you should actually start getting support, because eventually you'll be able to get the tools and everything that you need so that you won't go all the way down, but you end up being on an up, and you end up going a little bit down, and you're probably there for a little bit, because I'm not saying that it happens overnight, but then you go up again instead of going all the way down. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It made sense. So it's actually this really small margin where you end up feeling like you're going down. And so when that happens, that's when you need to make sure that you have someone around you who can help you kind of see the big picture of what's actually happening inside you. Why are you actually feeling this way? What is actually going on? And sometimes we're not able to see it ourselves. And when someone else can ask you the right questions and see the whole picture for you and help you and guide you to actually get to the point of where you're not going all the way down of being depressed, but let's say that you go halfway down and you're there for a little bit and then you go up again. And when you're on halfway, it's actually easier to get up again, because you have all the you have the answers. You just kind of need to let your your brain kind of work its way through it. That's why it takes a little bit, because you can ask yourself the questions and you answer yourself, and then eventually you'll end up actually feeling better. So get a support system that works for you. It could be a trusted friend, it could be me as a support system, because I'm kind of what I do, and reach out before you go down. And that actually comes to my next point. It's that how do you figure this out, right? How do you go from being up, and how do you know that you're going down? So this is kind of a little bit of a work, because you kind of have to find out, because it's so individual. But for example, for me, I know it because I can feel it. So that it's like a shift in my body. But I've been doing this for a while, so I know when my shift happens. It's kind of like a completely 180 shift in your entire body. You know, everything's hurt more. Or maybe you've noticed the small things, like, for example, you love doing something. You absolutely love it. And then little by little, what you love to do isn't so interesting anymore, right? That can be one. The other one is that you can actually feel it. You can actually feel like something's, for example, for me, it's like a knot in my stomach that just like starts to harden, and then it kind of works itself up to my brain. So I want you this week, or after you watch this, I want you to really think about, okay, so I'm in a good place, but what actually happens to my body, to my brain, when I feel like, just before I actually go through a depressed period? You can write it down in a journal, you know, where you can find your pattern and everything, where it actually helps you figure out, okay, so this is a trigger, and this made me feel like, ugh. Right? So this is what I wanted you to do today. And write down, either message me privately or write in a comment if something like, if this actually resonates with you, and if you feel like, oh, if you got an aha moment, I would like to hear it. So with that, I say, have a healthy, happy day, and enjoy. If you're off, enjoy being off. If you're working, enjoy work. If you're enjoying a holiday, enjoy it, right? Whatever that it is you're doing, enjoy it. And I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.